What's going on YouTube, FuzzyLogic here, bringing you a new video about Vanilla WoW. One thing that always gets talked about in the Vanilla WoW community is how much harder the game was when it released than it is now. Yes, the game was harder in some aspects back then, but it's easier to get into now on a private server if you really want to. Back in Vanilla, the mobs in zones were tuned differently compared to retail, so the game took a hell of a lot longer to reach level cap as it does now. Some would argue that the game was poorly tuned, as you would occasionally not be able to kill quest mobs without the help of others. The game was however more focused on group content back then than it is now. There would be more group quests, and the mobs that were poorly tuned you simply wouldn't be able to take on your own. This would mean that you would need to group and team up with other players to get the job done. Due to the demand for solo content in WoW nowadays, Blizzard is now catering for this audience, which ultimately makes the leveling experience duller, as you can hit the level cap without ever having to interact with other players. Nowadays the game is more geared towards endgame, and you can simply buy a high level character and hit level cap in record time of around 5.5 hours. In Vanilla there simply wasn't enough quests and you would find yourself grinding mobs frequently. This method of leveling for most people is mind-numbingly boring, but in some cases it was your only option. For example, if you ran out of quests in a zone, or you needed an extra level or two in order to complete some quests. This highlights how the pacing of the game has changed, but some people relate this to difficulty, which is just not true. Vanilla WoW was more of a time investment, something that a lot of players don't have these days.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It felt like more of an achievement reaching level cap back in the day because of the playtime it took to do so. A lot of players enjoyed Vanilla WoW for the leveling experience alone, as it was time consuming and felt like an adventure on its own. If you are going to try Vanilla on Elysium, there are a lot of free materials like Joanna's leveling guide or YouTube videos that will help to make your leveling experience a lot easier and faster without killing the epic feeling of vanilla leveling. Bear in mind guys, Joanna's guide wasn't free back in the day, so this is a really detailed, helpful guide to use. One of the main reasons that the game was harder back then was the lack of information available to you to research the game and your class. Everyone was fairly new to the game back then, so there wasn't anything like as many materials out there as there is now for research. You wouldn't have the luxury of typing in how to into Google and there being a convenient video showing you exactly how to do something. You would have had to use various forums and websites for any information which even then may or may not have been available at the time. Today in retail you have a lot of things built into the game to help you. There's information on your class rotation in your spellbook, dungeon journals showing you boss abilities to help with tactics, in-game quest helper, and so on. All these things are constantly assisting you with all kinds of aspects of the game. Back in Vanilla, these things weren't built into the game. If you wanted these additional luxuries, you would need to download add-ons. Add-ons, like quest helper for example, were good, but were nowhere near as accurate and detailed as the in-game quest tracker that you use today. You would likely still need to actually read quest text and use websites like Thoughtbot for additional information if you got stuck. Luckily for anyone wanting to play on a vanilla private server now, there is much more information available online, such as written guides, videos, as well as new add-ons that are being ported to the vanilla version of the game to make your life easier. Now, achievements and raiding is a subject for another video, but if you are thinking of giving Vanilla WoW a shot for the first time, don't be put off by people telling you it's too hard.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
There are far more resources available now than there was when Vanilla WoW was live that help you out and give you a better understanding of the game. Class guides, leveling guides, PvP guides, gold guides, you name it. All just a quick Google search or YouTube search away. Anyway guys, I hope this has been an enlightening video for some of you. As always, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, helps me understand what content you guys want to see more of, and subscribe to the channel for more private server and gaming content. See you in the next one guys, peace.